Warning: the following contains graphic material both in video and in commentary and may not be suitable for some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. About halfway through our time in Osaka, we took a bullet train to go see Hiroshima. I'm releasing this video before Osaka though, because I don't want to end this series on a loadout, and this part of the journey gets pretty heartbreaking at times. When I was learning about the atom bomb in high school, I made a promise to myself to go visit Hiroshima one day. I wanted to pay respects to all those who perished on that day, and I was curious to learn about World War II from the Japanese side of the conflict. I'm normally taught about the American side since I'm an American. First coming out of the train station, I am surrounded with new buildings under construction. I know these are very new projects, but it still left that eerie feeling that I'm walking through a city that was once completely wiped off the face of the earth by the atomic bomb. The train dropped us off just a couple of kilometers away from the Peace Memorial Park. Walking in the Peace Park currently. I believe it was on this island that the bomb detonated. I thought that the bomb had hit the ground when it went off, but it turns out that it was actually about 600 meters above the ground. The A-bomb dome is one of the only buildings left that survived the blast, originally serving as an art and educational exhibition hall, and it was placed on the UNESCO World Heritage List as a historical landmark in 1996. There are other buildings that survived the blast too, but the city of Hiroshima would rather demolish them and not relive or be reminded of that tragic event. There's a volunteer who works in the park full-time. His mother was pregnant with him when the bomb went off. She is the last survivor of the atom bomb and is still alive today at 105 years old. Mito Koze was nice enough to let me interview him. He also has a blog post with more information. The QR code is shown here for you. I got a few questions with his mother is the oldest survivor of the nuclear fallout from that day in Japan all those years ago. So I'm here with him today to get a few questions and maybe get some advice for future generations so something like this never happens again. So, your name is?
Mito Kose.
Mito Kose. What got Japan involved in World War II to start with?
There's a long story. So as I said, why Japan started war against US. Before that, Japan made a colony.
Basically, they had the Korean Peninsula and they were fighting over natural resources.
Colonization Manchuria, colonization of Korea.
So it's a little bit awkward for me being here because my grandpa was actually part of the, he fought on the American side in the island hopping in the Pacific. So he fought against you guys in World War II. So what did the Japanese then think of Americans and what did they think of them now?
During wartime, US and Allied forces are devil, brute.
We were the devil.
Oh, devil.
Oh, I guess we were the devil.
But now we're too friendly.
Yeah, very, very friendly with each other, both countries. Does Hiroshima still have any back radiation today from the war?
It's impossible.
Impossible?
Most frequent question about foreign visitors, can we find any radiation here or not? But impossible. 1 kilogram of uranium out of 50 kilogram of uranium loaded and the little boy exploded. Only this size, too small size.
Really? Any advice you would give to anybody who may be watching this video?
Message?
Yes. Any words of wisdom you'd like to give?
Especially to America because this
Oh, this
is
is-
going to America.
No, miss.
Oh, that's right.
Not
Yes,
from
it
it's from Pop.
I appreciate your time. Thanks for the interview. In order to keep the building from crumbling, there are some braces on the foundation of the building. There were some other memorials and monuments built in the park as well. The peace bell here was placed as a call to world peace. Of course, I gave it a ring. Around the corner from the Peace Bell, there were showcases of origami birds surrounded by the Children's Memorial, in honor of the children who died that day. I don't mean to get political in these videos, but there's absolutely no excuse for killing children, not even in wartime. However, the Peace Memorial Park was tame compared to what I would see inside the museum. The first thing you get is a mural of what Hiroshima looked like the day before and after the bombing. It was August 6 of 1945 at 8:15 a.m. local time. The United States would drop an atomic bomb on the city of Hiroshima, killing 140,000 people by the end of the year. Most of the deaths due to the radiation poisoning. Three days later, Nagasaki was bombed, killing an additional 80,000 people. The Japanese then surrendered 6 days after Nagasaki, officially marking the end to World War II. Japan has not been involved in a war ever since. They even had a holographic video on what the detonation may have looked like. And the rest of the museum only got more graphic, with all the footage, artifacts, and stories left behind. I couldn't help but cry over everything. It absolutely broke my heart what was in that museum. But it wasn't just the graphic videos or pictures. It was the stories about some of the people in the museum that made me completely tear up. Stories about little kids on their first day of school, or about college graduates just starting their first day of being a lawyer or a doctor. Also some of the things that people shouted out right before they perished. One of the saddest articles I read in the museum was how people were forced to drink radioactive rainwater because of how dry and on fire the environment was. I gotta say, this museum really makes you question the morality of humans. While the museum may have been depressing, I also thought about how far Hiroshima had come since. In a city of little over 1 million people and growing, Hiroshima today is a wonderful, thriving community, with absolutely gorgeous scenery and lots to do. The locals here are some of the nicest, most hospitable you could find anywhere in the country. They welcome all kinds of people from all walks of life. Before we headed back to Osaka, we stopped to eat at a local restaurant, where I ordered an egg omelet filled with noodles and various seafood. What happened to Hiroshima almost 80 years ago is something that no one should ever have to live through. Ever since then, this city has been devoted to achieving world peace and ending all conflicts. I sure hope we can achieve that one day, and whether we do or not, it is always important to remember the history so we don't make the same mistakes again. As the old saying goes, forgive, but never forget.